It is Sunday, January 5th. I'm just starting up my alternative spiritual practice of protesting against Unitarian Universalist injustices and abuses in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. This is the first protest in 2014. So, to paraphrase John Lennon, another year over and a new one just begun. And as a result of ongoing negligence and complicity on the part of the Unitarian Church of Montreal and the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations down in Boston, this protest is probably going to be going on for some time yet. It's okay, no worries, just pass by.
Hello.
Yeah, with the door open. No, don't worry, I'm not going to drive away in it. I'll keep an eye on it if you want. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it if you want. You don't have to worry. But it's, yeah, parked in front of a fire hydrant too.
Yeah, really. So you are against Unitarian, right?
No, I'm against Unitarian hypocrisy.
Okay.
So, this older gentleman has been coming to the church for quite some time, and I've actually had some pleasant chats with him. His driver, in a typical response from ignorant people, says I'm against Unitarians. Well, no, not at all. I'm no more against Unitarians or Unitarianism than someone who protests against Roman Catholic clergy abuse is against the Roman Catholic Church or Roman Catholic religion. Not that some aren't, but you know, most people who protest against the injustices and abuses and hypocrisy of their own religion are generally not against the religion itself, but against the various injustices and abuses that they're protesting against. Jesus wasn't anti-Jewish, neither was Isaiah and Jeremiah and Amos and so on and so forth. All of these prophets which strongly criticize the religious establishment of their time, etc. We're not against the religion itself. They were against the fact that the people who were leading the religion, or even the ordinary members of the religion, were failing miserably to live up to the precepts of the religion, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm protesting against the fact that the Unitarian Church of Montreal as an institution, pretty well every single member of the Unitarian Church of Montreal have made a total mockery of pretty well every single principle and ideal that Unitarian Universalism claims to believe in their human relations with me and indeed some other people. Basically, I could run through all 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism and various other statements, including this one right here. We need not think alike to love alike by Francis David, early Unitarian from Transylvania or Romania. So this is a translation of something that Francis David would likely have said either in 16th century Romanian or maybe Latin, or possibly some, he put it this way, he didn't say it in English. He did not say, we need not think alike to love alike. He said something similar to that in a different language. The point being is that slogan that saying, which the Unitarian Church of Montreal is using to attract people to join it, is complete bullshit in terms of how they've behaved towards me. And the same can be said about the UUA and other Unitarian Universalists, you know. When I have expressed disagreement with Unitarian Universalists in a quite reasonable manner, they have responded in a very unloving manner. And conversely, when Unitarians have expressed disagreement with me, they have often done it in an incredibly unloving manner, in fact, in a manner that can be properly described as hateful. So that is just...
And he always explains it really complicated.
just one example of the outrageous hypocrisy of not only the Unitarian Church of Montreal, but the Unitarian Universalist Association down in Boston.
No, I'm looking at that, and I think you need a more eloquent message. Because that's a little...
It's in your face rude, right?
Yeah, and if you're trying to say that they're bad...
No, but see, what you don't understand is that sucks word. It's their own words being thrown back at them. they
Suck.
What?
When do they say suck?
There's actually a blog on the internet called the Rob and Edgar Sucks blog. I'm Rob and Edgar. Rob and Edgar Sucks. But above and beyond that,
No, just give me a for instance when they say they suck. When they use that word.
as I said, there's a blog. If you go on the internet and you Google my name, Rob and Edgar.
Yeah, but I'm not that interested.
No, but what I'm getting at is they say I suck. In big, huge red letters. But above and beyond, I'll give you another example. Some years ago, a Unitarian minister down in Tennessee, I think, she got on an anti-Republican rant. The title of her blog post was, "Oh my God, mean people do suck." And I saw a whole bunch of really mean people last night, Republicans. So she just said all Republicans suck. And then she went on to be...
Did you say that, or did you say mean people suck?
She said mean people sucks, and then she said Republicans were mean people. You put two and two together, it means Republicans suck.
Anyone who speaks in absolutes...
No, the point being is we're talking about rude words. She could have used any other word than suck, but no, she used the suck word. You asked for examples, I gave you two.
Well.
So what I'm doing here is I'm just throwing their shit back at them. And when they squawk, then I say, well, guess what? You know, and then clean up your shit and you won't see sucks on my picket signs anymore. Have a good one. So that's a non-Unitarian member of the public who took issue with the fact that the word sucks appears on my picket signs. But the whole point of that word being there is because I want Unitarians to take issue with the word sucks on my picket signs. And when they do, I will point out to them, well, hey, guess what? You know, you allow your clergy to say that people suck. You allow Unitarian Universalists to put up a blog called the Rob and Edgar Sucks blog, and you do absolutely nothing to see to it that whoever's responsible faces some accountability. You allow Reverend Cynthia P. Kane to say that every single Republican in the United States of America sucks, because according to her, every single Republican is a very mean person, or Republicans are a group of really mean people. That's essentially what she said. And she said really mean people suck. So, you know, basically Republicans are a subset of really mean people who suck, according to Reverend Cynthia P. Kane. So the point being here is that Unitarian oh, and yes, Jeannie Quarter used the word sorry, just a second here. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up between Jeannie Quarter and Coulter for some strange reason. Can't imagine why. They're very different in some ways, very similar in others. But nonetheless, Jeannie Quarter, the former moderator of the UUA, actually used the word sucks in a UUA board meeting that I attended in April of 2010. Now the interesting thing is like me, what Jeannie Quarter did she said that certain things suck. Now, I'm not saying that Unitarian Universalists suck. I'm saying Unitarian hypocrisy and hubris sucks. I'm saying Unitarian perversion of justice sucks. I'm saying Unitarian bullying and bigotry
Ça vous tente
suck.
pas de faire d'autres choses?
Non, pas aujourd'hui. Pas dans la prochaine heure environ.
Ok, parce que moi je vais à l'église un peu plus loin, puis c'est très
Ouais,
bien.
ouais, ouais. Bon, moi, j'ai une raison d'être ici. Comme Jésus a eu une raison d'être devant le temple il y a 2000 ans.
Je comprends, mais il n'a pas passé tout son temps là.
Non, moi non plus.
Je vous souhaite d'autres choses pour cette année.
Merci beaucoup. Moi aussi, mais ils sont pas très... ils veulent pas négocier. OK, merci. Ouais, ici, ils sont surtout des athées. So I got this francophone woman asking me if there doesn't, literally tempt me to do other things. Aren't there some other things I could be doing? Well, of course there are some other things I could be doing. I could even be going to another church potentially. But no, this is my alternative spiritual practice. As I pointed out to her, even Jesus protested in front of the temple in Jerusalem. Didn't do it every day of the week. He didn't do it every Sunday, but he did it once, and that's probably led to his crucifixion a few days later. Just as my protest here led to being arrested for the crime of disrupting the order and solemnity of religious services, an alleged crime that I was acquitted of when the Unitarian Church of Montreal's prosecution witnesses were unable to provide the slightest evidence that I'd actually disrupted a church service with my protest. And that's a long story. But, bonjour. Thank you. It's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it.
Most people here don't protest anything, right? So.
Well, the students are pretty good.
Of course. They're crazy.
I don't know. I think they're actually pretty spunky myself.
No, I think they're lazy French Canadian Quebec.
Oh, really?
The best deal.
They're pretty good at protesting.
So is most. But I mean, we protest. I'm like an activist, a civil rights activist.
Right, yeah.
I'm an Anglophone. I'm
Right.
sick of this crap.
Right.
Only in Quebec
Right.
could this happen. Right? Who gives a shit about if they cannot protect their own language and culture with every law, everything that's jaded, jacked towards them. Hey, they're pathetic.
Well, I'll tell you something. Actually, a lot of the students, because I know a fair number, they're not really like that. They're actually, the new generation are actually quite open to bilingualism
Well,
and so
isn't that
on.
big of them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is this? Like, that's what I'm saying. I love Canadians. I'm American. You're such nice people, easily pushed around by lunatics, and you're so nice about it. And those
Well, I'm
francophones-
not so easily pushed around by lunatics because
No, but you're
I'm
not.
fighting lunatics right now.
Yeah, I know, but I know. I mean, good for you. But
You want to know just how lunatic these people are?
you told me last time. I
Okay.
believe you. And you know who came in when I was talking to you? Jeremy Searle.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The
Good
biggest
old-
lunatic.
Yeah, he's one of them definitely.
No, I mean, it's just there's so many unbelievable things here.
Yeah.
Just as American, if you have rights, you stand up, you enforce them. You do not act like, oh,
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
Yeah.
Bill 14, the Charter, c'est jamais fini là. Montreal is the French-Canadian version of Detroit. We're bankrupt, we have no money, nobody invests in us,
Right.
we have too many
I think
poor
we're doing
people.
a little bit better in Detroit.
But not much better. We
Well,
have
no,
less-
I mean, if you look at Detroit, it's pretty bad. I mean, Montreal definitely
We
has
cover up a
we
lot of
have serious
things.
problems, but
And we cover
but,
them up.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
We-
that's what
and you
these
can
people
say
are
we
doing.
have
These
serious
people are
problems.
covering up all kinds of shit.
Of course. I mean, I'm Catholic.
Right.
You know, this Unitarian Church stuff on
Yeah.
the get-go,
Right.
to me, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know
Yeah.
what to say.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Anyhow.
Just because people who
Well, it's really funny because like I spoke to you before. These people are constantly pointing the finger at the Roman Catholic Church for
I
the
know.
sexual abuse stuff.
I know.
Never dealing with
what,
their
this-
own.
And this never happens here.
Exactly.
I always say to all the other
no, but like I
religions.
said, they're accusing me
this-
of they're accusing me of blasphemy for talking about their pedophiles and rapists.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, only the Catholic priests are pedophiles and rapists.
Exactly,
That's all
yeah,
the
yeah.
men that are
Yeah,
in power
yeah,
in one weirdo way or another.
Yeah, yeah.
You never hear about the Jews. You never hear about these people. You never
Yeah,
hear about the Anglophones.
you know what? I think one of the
Anglicans.
reasons you don't hear so much about Unitarians is because they're better at the Catholics at covering it up.
Are they?
Oh yeah, I've seen. I mean, just in terms of what they do with me, in terms of trying to suppress me, you just multiply that by I don't know how many times. Not everyone stands up. Like you said, not everyone stands
No,
up.
hardly anybody does,
what I'm
right?
getting
So
at
when
is
you do, they
if
go
I-
after you like a lunatic.
If I look at the legal letters that I got, and if I look at the legal intimidation, and I say, well, if they did that to other people would have just backed down.
Of course.
And I think probably that's what happened. A lot of people were
And
exactly.
people are,
So
let's
that's
get
why you don't
real.
hear about Unitarian
Canadians
stuff.
are much more. They're like good people, but they're meeker. They're not like. You got rights. You enforce them.
Well, I'm
Most-
Canadian.
Well,
I
no,
call
no,
this
no.
my Sunday constitutional.
No, but I'm saying the majority of people do not do this.
A lot don't. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, you don't want to. You never want to stand up. You never want to look different. You never want to. Oh,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Everybody knows you got that attitude
Yeah.
in the government of Quebec.
Yeah.
They're taking advantage of it.
Oh yeah,
So
people
now-
do take advantage
now,
if you
like,
let
what
them.
are we supposed to do?
I say give evil an inch and it'll take several miles.
But I always said I was an Anglophone. I lived here for 35
Well, you still
years.
are an Anglophone. Last time I checked.
Of course. No, I was married to a pure and francophone. My kids went to
Okay,
English private
okay.
school. I
Right,
was
right.
like, I'm not nice like Canadians, English Canadians. I'm
Right.
like, there's no question. Nobody is fooling around with my kids' education. Nobody. And then he says to me as a francophone, well, the government says. I'm like, what is this, China or Russia? What is wrong with you people? So, I mean, I always stood up for stuff, but I'm just with everything now, I'm sick of it because not enough people stand up, right? With, you know,
Yeah,
the
unfortunately,
charter and-
too many people
Too many
just.
people are leaving.
You know, they'll bitch and complain, but they won't
That's
actually
what I'm
get
saying.
out.
They love to yap about the same freaking thing. Yeah, I said, let's do something. I could do something, right?
Yeah.
But nobody does.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well, if it'll make you feel better, I'm actually contributing to a documentary on the charte de distraction, as we call it. Actually, the documentary, it's going to be, the title of the documentary is Charte des Distractions.
that's what it is.
Exactly, yeah, no.
Let's pass the euthanasia law,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Of course.
Yeah, look at this while we do this.
I know.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what it always was.
Yeah.
But still.